Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I am in Fish, and I'm going to be showing you guys and walking through how to obtain, step by step, the Astraeus Serenade rod in Fish. Now, I do actually have the Astraeus Serenade. I obtained it this morning. It is right here, the Astraeus Serenade. And these are the stats. And I'm going to be showing you guys today how you can get this for yourself if you don't already have this. But it is also a limited time mod, so I assume that those of you who are trying to get it, most of you probably have it by now, considering the bug has been fixed now. So you can now, guys, you can get this in Spring now. So let's go into step 1 of this video. So guys, for the first stage of this quest, you are going to need the Dusty Thread. Now, I don't have this in my inventory because I've already got the rod, as Astraeus will take in all of these items. And apart from the ones that you have to catch, the ones that you return, they will bring in. So the first is the Dusty Thread. And to get, Cursed Isle spawns. Okay, so, under the spawning by Pepperminty. And guys, for the first part of this quest, you need Dusty Thread. Now, Dusty Thread you get at Sunstone Island from Merlin, and let's head over to Sunstone Island, and then we can find out how you guys can get your hands on the Dusty Thread. So guys, once you're at Merlin, if you talk to him and he doesn't say anything, you need to enter the chasm and get the 3 items, the Radiant Crystal, but you need these in Celestial, Serene, and Breeze. And to get this, you need to enter the chasm. Just to speak to Merlin and get the buff to enter the chasm. Say you're ready, and then say travels. You now have Merlin's Veil 1. And then, once you get that, you can just dive straight into the mine shaft. And this is where you get the Radiant Crystal. And the Radiant Crystal, you just fish anywhere in here. I've got the Astraeus Serenade rod, so I can just go straight in and just get some good luck. Now, this is the Astraeus rod, though, and you can basically just fish here for the items. I'm not going to use the Astraeus rod to show you guys, but if I go over to Oniri routes, but guys, if you go into the mine shaft, you can see here the crystal geodes. Not the, you don't. This is not what you need. You need the radiant crystal, and this is a gemstone. You can fish this out. I recommend you guys use an aurora for this because it is quite easy to get with aurora, but without you'll be a little bit struggling. And the radiant crystal, you just need to get this in the celestial mutation, serene mutation, and the breeze mutation. If you don't already have the Astraeus Serenade rod, this is what you are doing, to get the celestial, you need the celestial rod, which is right here, has a 100% chance to get the celestial mutation after catching 15 fish. Then you need the serene radiant crystal, which you can get from the Polaris Serenade right here at a 30% chance. Then, or might be lower than 30%. And then the breeze you get from the wind elemental rod at a 30% chance. And this is quite a good rod, and you get this from the top of Northern Expedition, and you have to complete the Wind Masters quest, and that is how you get this rod. So now, let's move on to stage 2, placing the required materials. So once you've completed this, you need to, once you've got the Radiant Crystals, you need to head back up, and then you need to speak to Merlin. So let's head back to Merlin real quick. So guys, if you speak to Merlin, you will need to get the Dusty Thread once you have the Celestial, Serene, and Breeze Radiant Crystals. You will now be able to speak to Merlin, and you will be able to get the items. Now, the Celestial, Serene, and Breeze Radiant Crystals are needed to complete the mine shaft and get Dusty Thread, and then you need to place the required materials, which you will need these 3 items: resin, which you can get as a secret from Mushgrove Swamp; driftwood, which is a trash item which you can get from anywhere. I recommend you use garbage bait with a low end rod; and the molten ripple, which is also a secret that you can get from Roslet Volcano. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you use your Neri routes, you can actually fish in the Roslet Volcano, and that is actually pretty cool. And you don't actually need the reinforced rod. You can use the Onirifax if you have this rod. And then you need those 3 fish to place on the Cursed Isle. Now, Cursed Isle has spawned for me randomly, so I'm going to head over to Cursed Isle just to show you guys what you need to do. And Cursed Isle is most of the time next to Snowcap Island. I don't know whether it's most always, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. Last time it spawned over there, but now it's over here. Yeah, so, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same place every time. So, at Cursed Isle, you can come over here, and next to here, you need to wait until midnight, which is where the sun, not the sun, the moon will appear halfway. You need, in spring or autumn time, this island can spawn at night, at foggy weather, and then right here where I'm standing, a little NPC will spawn for 1 minute, and you have to place the resin, driftwood, and molten ripple very fast in that specific order. Otherwise, it won't work. And that will give you the astronomical fretboard, which you can then use to complete the next part of the quest, which is right at the top of the Northern Expedition, talking to the White Ghost. Now, if I use my Traveller's Whistle, which I have right here, and I can teleport to the very top, Glacial Grotto, you need to complete the bestiary to unlock that, by the way, guys. And then, what I can do now is, because I do not have the correct item, I recommend you guys have friends which have the Glorp UFO. I don't have the UFO, so I can't show you. But if you come up here, you see that island up in the distance over there with the big rock. Over there in the windy night, the NPC White Ghost will spawn. Now, to make it spawn, you will need a heavenly flying fish and a blessed moonwood. To make it spawn, you need the heavenly flying fish, and you need to hold it out. Then, the blessed moonwood, you can give to the white ghost to get the twilight pegs. And that is exactly what you do. Then once you've done that, all of these steps up until now, you can then talk to Astraeus in the underground music venue. Now, I will show you guys how to get to the underground music venue if you don't have it unlocked. So, if I use the Mystic Mirror, which I currently have set to the depths, in the specific area right next to the Crystal Cove, and I can go straight in, right there. I am now in Crystal Cove, and if you guys come up here, if you guys don't have the underground music venue unlocked yet, you will need a enchant relic in the chaotic mutation, and then you can place it in here. Then once that's done, you will have the underground music venue unlocked, which is this little hut here. This door will be open, you can go straight in, and then it will transition you into the underground music venue. And this is where the black market can spawn, and where you can complete some quests here. This is where you get the Dusk Wire Rod, by the way, guys. And then in Starfall, only in Starfall, and only once you have completed the previous steps of the quest, you can click on the 3 items here to go into. I can't go into it because it's not Starfall for me, and I've already completed the quest. But you guys can go in Starfall into Astraeus and claim the quest. And then you will get the list of items that you need. The Dusky Thread, which you will already have at this point. Twilight Pegs, which you already have at this point. Astronomical Fretboard, which you already have at this point. Then you are going to need Lunar Strap, which you can use any of the rods that give Luna, or you can get scrap metal with any rod. It's a trash item, so you can get it anywhere, and then you can appraise it for Luna. Then you need the Nova Resin, which if you go to Mushgrove Swamp, it's a secret, so I recommend you guys pop in Aurora, or the Rainbow Totem, which does give luck. And then just fish for the resin, but you will also need the resin in Nova, so I recommend you use the Cerulean Fan Rod, or the Rod of the Cosmos, if you have that, and then you can get the Nova Resin. Then it's the tough parts. You will need one breathed bloopfish, which, if you guys don't know, you need a bloop whistle or a 9% chance to replace any abundance in the game when it spawns. And that breathed bloopfish, you can only obtain a 30% chance with the wind elemental rod, which I currently have piercing and cryogenic on, and it's actually a very decent combination. It may take you a few attempts to do this though, and that is the wind elemental, and I am currently lagging. McDonald's Wi-Fi, absolutely. And then if you have this rod, you can go ahead and get the bluefish. Otherwise, you have to complete the quest, the Wind Master quest at the top of the Glacial Grotto in Northern Expedition, which you can get to very easily. I've just showed you where you can get to that. Then, after that, you will need to catch the Celestial Colossal Ethereal Dragon, which, if you guys don't know, Colossal Ethereal Dragon can spawn at a 1% chance every night inside Luminescent and Crimson Caverns, and it can spawn anywhere in here at a chance of 1% each night. And you can use sundials to spawn it in. And then to get Celestial, you need the Celestial Rod, which here you need to fish 15 fish, and then you get the 2 minutes of 100% chance to get the enchant, get the mutation of Celestial, and that is a 100% chance after for 2 minutes after catching 15 fish. And then once you've done that, you can then go ahead and catch 2 serene strings. And the serene strings, I recommend you go down to the Desolate Deep. Those are the easiest place. Or if that is the only place, then go down to the Desolate Deep. Use your Polaris Serenade rod, and then you can get yourself 2 serene strings. And then you will also need $50 million to get this, and it is a lot of money. And if you guys don't have that, you'll need to grind very fast because this is a limited time rod. And keep in mind, you have to do this in order. You have to get the Dusty Thread before the Astronomical Fretboard, and the Astronomical Fretboard before the Twilight Pegs in order to do the rest of it. And those are the only order requirements you have to there is to get this rod. Everything else you can do in any order, but you cannot get the Breeze Bluefish, the Celestial Colossal Ethereal Dragon, the Serene Strings, or the $50 million until you have claimed the quest. And to claim the quest inside of Astraeus Void, you need the Dusky Red Twilight Page Astronomical Fretboard and the Lunar Scrap to get into it. Lunar Scrap you don't need to get in, but the first 3 you do need, um, and with Starfall to even get into the Void. And now that you guys have completed the quest, if you guys now understand how to get the quest, you will then be able to obtain the Astraeus Serenade rod. And it is a very cool rod with a lure speed of 100%, luck of 400%, control of 0.3, resilience of 20%, and a maximum infinite kg with progress speed of plus 50%. And this is a very, very good rod. And now let's check out the hidden passives online. And guys, here are the hidden passives. Plus 50% progress speed, minus 10% fish weight. Now, this is okay because minus 10% it won't affect too much. 10% chance to fill the progress bar instantly, and this is insane. Every 2.25 to 10 seconds, stars begin to fall for 2.25 seconds, and stars will begin to fall every 0.5 seconds, gradually speeding up to 0.1 seconds per star. Each star grants plus 3% progress for a total of 30% progress boost, which is insane, and it does trigger very often. 15% chance for Astraeus, which is a 9.6x mutation, 10% chance for Serene, which is an 8.5x mutation, 8% chance for Celestial, which is a 4x mutation, 8% chance for Breeze, which is an 8.6 mutation, and an 8% chance for Nova, which is a 6x mutation. And then, of course, during Starfall, an additional 3 stars will fall during the Falling Stars passive, totaling an extra 9% progress, which is a 1.3x boost every time the passive is activated. And that is a little boost in Starfall. And it is actually very good. And this control, all of this was changed. They in the last update they did buff it. They added the 10% fish weight penalty just to balance it out after increasing the control, increasing the rate of Astraeus, decreasing the rate of Celestial, decreasing the rate of Breeze, and decreasing the rate of Nova. And and then of course they added flurry of stars that grant an influx of progress strengthened during Starfall. That was in the last update that they did to change how this rod plays. And now guys, the moment of the video that you may have been waiting for. How broken is this rod for farming money? As you guys just saw, there was a chance for a 9.6x mutation. I believe it was 9.6. Yes, it is 9.6. Astraeus at a 15% chance, which is amazing. And I have piercing on this. So let's find out how much money you can make in a single hour. But to do this, I'm going to be pretending that the Aurora lasts for 15 minutes, it doesn't, it lasts for 12, and I'm going to fish for one night, then multiply my earnings by 4 times, and then that will be how much, on average, you can earn per night. But we're going to be fishing in the best money spot, which is currently the Sunstone Island, because of Tartaruga. Now, I'm back at Moosewood, so if I go down to the shipwright, I speak to the shipwright, I'm going to pick up my Peppermint Ski, which is the Day 31 boat from the Advent calendar, which you can't get anymore, unfortunately, because that was obtainable last year, you can't get it anymore. And Sunstone Island, here we go. Let's sell my inventory, $312, 3 fish, and now we can do a fair test. So, let's use my sundial totem. And now we need to make it night. So if I use my Aurora totem, which I currently have 2 of because I don't have much money, I just spent $50 million on this rod, so I'm basically broke now. It is now night time, and 2x luck for catching mutated fish. That is not going to be too bad. Now, this is the passive on the rod, plus 65% progress speed because I do have piercing, there's a 15%, and the stars are insane. They trigger like that, and they fill up so much progress, as you guys can see. It is amazing. And then of course you also get a 10% chance to instantly fill the progress bar. And yeah, let's basically just fish here for an entire night and see what happens and how much money we can get in an entire hour of fishing. Even though I'm only fishing for 12 minutes. Let's get into it. The montage begins. And guys, the Aurora totem, or Aurora Borealis, is about to run out. So this is going to be like one of the last few fish that I can catch in this Aurora. And we're about to find out how much money I gain. And there we go, the sun is up. And as you guys can see in the top left, we caught 75 fish in the event and the catches, but I caught way more than that. So now, before we check how much money my inventory is worth, let's do from Sunstone. And this is all of the fish that we caught. It's not a bad amount. Some of these are duplicated as well. As you can see here, Mahi Mahi, there's 2 of those. Speed Core, there's 2 of those. Astraeus Saltfish, there's 2 of those. Now let's see how many Astraeus we caught. Not a bad amount. That is a good amount. Ignoring this one's favorited. So this Astraeus Tartaruga actually has a value of 76,000, 89,000, 72,000, 89,000, 76,000, 72,000, 44,000, and Astraeus Enchant Relic, as a matter of fact. But I caught that earlier, I didn't catch this, and I know this because I cannot sell enchant relics, as you guys can see here. I had that turned off, so that was not caught today. So enchant relics, I've also got a hex one down here which I'm not selling, which I couldn't sell even if I wanted to. And this is basically all the fish that we got, ignoring the limiteds because the limiteds are turned on, but these are the special limiteds that I can't sell for money. So $1.094364 million. That is unbelievable for just 12 minutes. Meaning you can earn between 4.3 million and 5.4 million every hour with this rod, assuming that you're using an Aurora totem each night. And if I confirm this, 1.094 million hold 100 fish on the dot. 100 fish for $1 million, which basically means $1,000 per fish. Actually, that doesn't add up. $10,000 for each fish on average. That is unbelievable. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, let me know in the comment section what more videos you would like to see. I will leave a link to my Discord servers in the description below if you would like to join those. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and as they are free actions and they do help out the channel a lot, um, leave us a comment in the comment section with any suggestions for more videos that you would like to see. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.